But that then leads us to this interesting question of, what does it mean to be an architect? What is an architect? You know, I suspect if we polled the room, we'd get a lot of different answers. And this is a tough question. Different companies have very different meanings for architect, solution architect, senior architect, et cetera. One of my colleagues polled a bunch of folks and said, what do you think? And for 20 people, he got 20 answers. And I'll be honest, I'm surprised he only got 20. You know, now you look at a lot of organizations today, and they'll even say, well, we're agile. We don't have architects. They have people making architectural decisions. I had a student last year who told me that her application had 4 separate UI frameworks baked into it. Someone was making architectural decisions. And this is why I think that company finally decided they needed to get some people with that architect title. Now, again, we can argue about these definitions, and some might actually be right, some are probably going to be wrong, depending on your definition of right and wrong. And I'll admit, for me, my first experience with architecture was really positive. I had a great senior architect on one of my first web projects, although admittedly we referred to him as Dr. Evil. He used to sort of wander over to us every so often, have this big grin on his face, like, hey, guys, great work in the last iteration, but we're going to have to throw that all away and start that part over again. Sorry about that. We made some changes in the architecture. And he was infamous for basically saying everything was a small matter of implementation detail. Yeah. Now, as a young developer, I looked at this and thought, man, that's what I want to be when I grow up. I want to be that technical decision maker. I want to be the person who gets to make all those fun, interesting choices, like which language should we use on this project? What pattern should we use over here? Which JavaScript library will we regret using 6 months from now? I thought, this is awesome. Where do I sign up? How do I get this gig? Fast forward a few years, and sure enough, I get this vaunted title, and I look around and I go, hey, wait. It isn't just making these interesting technical decisions, is it? At least not in its entirety. It's a very important skill. It's something we have to be able to do. You know, the one guarantee I have in this industry is it will change. It will be different. The technologies we're talking about a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, will be different than what we're talking about this year. And so we have to be able to evaluate those technologies, don't we? We have to be able to make that decision quickly, often without complete information. That's hard for us to do. And that's an important part of the job, but that's not it. We have to go beyond just making that decision, and we have to be able to convince others about that decision. We have to channel that inner salesperson and always be closing with our various audiences.